Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. So, dare I say, James Harden was actually right about Daryl Morey being a liar, because we got Chris Paul sharing a story of how Daryl Morey lied to him. Crazy. So, Chris Paul shares a story about when Daryl Morey lied to him. He says, look, I go over to the gym to work out, and Daryl called me. He said, I was just calling you to make sure you didn't want to go to OKC. I was like, no, why? I done moved 15 people to Houston. And he was like, okay, I was just making sure. He was like, I would never trade you to somewhere you didn't want to go because you chose to come to us from the Clippers. I chose to go to Houston from LA. I'm at the house chilling. I was on the phone with Jada, Chris' wife. The next thing you know, the alert said that I was getting traded. And then my phone started ringing and it was Daryl calling. So I ain't know Daryl was like, hey man, it just moved so fast. I said, it's all good. I just want you to tell me one thing. You said you wasn't going to trade me, right? He said, yeah, I said, that's all I needed to know. And that's it. So Daryl Morey, look, GM's lying and stuff. Daryl's not the only one. Okay. Is it a bad look when Daryl Morey is, talking to players, probably making promises he can't make? But I knew this, even the whole James Harden situation, the way James Harden was calling Daryl Morey a liar, X, Y, and Z. Nobody said Daryl Morey wasn't a liar, but it's just kind of like, why are you making this route? I mean, James Harden didn't do himself any favors, especially coming off the postseason he came off of, I believe it was like he didn't sign a contract. He decided to bet on himself, basically. It took less money, whatever. That's like you did all those financial decisions on your own, hoping that you thinking Daryl Morey would look out for you despite your situation. Well, Daryl Morey still got a job to do, or despite the relationship he has with Daryl Morey, but Daryl Morey still got a job to do. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it, really. I mean, these GMs are going to look out for themselves. These president of basketball operations, they're going to look out for themselves first and foremost, right? They're going to make the decision that's best, that they believe is good for the organization, and hopefully that will give them some credibility and then keep their job. Definitely not a good look for Daryl Morey. But I mean, look, Chris Paul was at the time. Chris Paul was like 35 years old, because he was traded to OKC. I believe during that bubble season, right? So, they got to offload some stuff. I get it. But to call and ask and pretend to be like, you're concerned about Chris Paul and his whole situation after Chris Paul saying he done moved a whole bunch of people, to Houston and stuff like that. Not good. Not good at all, right? So, yeah, Daryl Morey is a liar. Will this hurt Daryl Morey going forward? Probably not, because see, Daryl Morey's in the business. The way he operates is get players, trade players, get players, trade players. And if you can retain a superstar talent, then you focus on that and try to keep them, and that's about it, right? At the time, players like Chris Paul, regardless of the relationship with Daryl Morey, it just wasn't going to work, right? They're going a different direction. They had their chance in 2018 against the Warriors. They lost that series in 7 games. And that was pretty much the decline of the Houston Rockets, right? So Chris Paul is sharing this story. Maybe he doesn't like Daryl Morey. Maybe the situation does rub him the wrong way, but I'm not surprised. This is how GMs and presidents act in basketball. You can't trust these guys in pro sports, because players, you're going to do what's best in interest for yourself, and saying the same. That goes for all these positions, in the front office to the players on the court, right? Players are going to do what's in the best interest for them and how they perform on the court to, get the numbers up and everything so they can get that contract and stuff. Forget being a team player. I'm trying to get this money. And same for the GMs and presidents of basketball operations. They are going to try to flip that roster over and over until they have a winning product, regardless of relationships, man. So anyways, man, let me know what y'all think about what he said. I'm not surprised by this. I'm not gonna say it makes Daryl Morey look any worse or any better. I mean, I've kind of had a feeling he was. And I'm not absolving him from the James Harden situation, but my whole thing with James Harden was just kind of like, yo, why are you taking that route? You know what I'm saying? But it seemed to work, and he's in LA, right? Will he get his money after the season? Who knows, right? But for Chris Paul to call out Daryl Morey in this story, very interesting. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.